I've always been passionate about using storytelling to get people to connect and to make people feel empathy. And I remember feeling that myself and the people that I admired, the heroes for me in my teens, like the photojournalist who would take a photo that would completely change a conversation. And I was so inspired by the power of the image to really, really change things. And I think in that was the nugget that I held with me throughout these years. I wanted to tell stories that really changed the world and tried to make a difference. My role has changed. You know, I used to be a photojournalist and I was documenting. I was there to take images. That wasn't enough. I started to see that I was able to travel to places and then parachute in and parachute out, and I felt disconnected from the tangible impact and the difference that it was making. And I think I became a bit disheartened and disillusioned, and I definitely, in my own work, started to see myself as more wanting to think strategically about impact. What is the difference that we want to see? Before I myself was able to travel across the world like I've been lucky to do, films made me fall in love with nature. They made me care about places on the other side of the world and people on the other side of the world. They show how interconnected we are with each other and the planet. So that's why I've dedicated my life to storytelling, and I really hope long may it continue. I want to continue to do this because I really believe how powerful it is. I see myself as a bridge to other people's stories, but I understood that I could use my voice, my mission, and my platform to share other people's stories, and that became really, really important to me. When you get to stare into the eyes of people who are experiencing some of these crises or have dedicated their lives to tackling it, it's so moving. And all I want to do is kind of be a champion for those people and share their story and impart some of their wisdom. To me, they're real world superheroes. You know, it's like celebrity culture's all upside down. Some of those people are the ones that have inspired me the most. There's so many people who think we're awful, aren't we humans? We're terrible. We're destroying our planet. We're just taking from it. But I believe so much in human nature, and I know that that isn't the role that we can play. We can do much better. You know, I've traveled to the Amazon, I've traveled to the most remote island in the Pacific, and all those travels taught me so much. They have shaped who I am. But traveling so far made me realize the beauty of the biodiversity on our doorstep. Right now we're in Cornwall in a temperate rainforest. I had no idea that the UK, Britain had rainforests, and we've destroyed 98% of them. And I really value places like these and stewards and active citizens who are doing their part in whatever way possible. None of us can do this alone, so we do need to think like an ecosystem, you know, learn from nature and how we tackle this, and we have to work together. Merlin is a perfect example of the kind of people that make me do this work and give me hope. He's a kind of ecosystem engineer. He's an active part of the Planetary solution. You know, he goes against any narrative that says humans are just the problem, because he shows us that we can actively engage, restore, look after nature, and that actually, yes, nature can thrive without us, but it can thrive even better if we take an active part in healing it.
My name is Merlin Hanbury-Tennyson, and we are in the Kabila rainforest. The Atlantic temperate rainforest, which is what Kabila is, are hugely important habitats. So in the UK, at a time of real climate crisis, these habitats sequester more CO2 out of the atmosphere than pretty much any other habitat that we can restore terrestrially in the UK. We're the second most nature depleted country in Europe after Malta, and these rainforests restore that biodiversity abundance more effectively and more quickly than anything else. But I think most importantly, at a time of a mental health pandemic, these habitats are pretty much the best thing that we have for the mental health and well-being of the humans who spend time amongst their canopy. But we all have to view personal health and planetary health as the same thing, because in the same way that my dog has fleas that run all across its body, which would not survive without that dog, we are the fleas running across planet Earth, and we won't survive without it. And so we're all part and parcel of the same giant ecosystem. So our mental health and our physical health are a part of planetary health, and planetary health is a part of us. And when we take away that barrier, the storytelling becomes easier, and the healing journey for both us and the planet becomes easier.
Everyone plays a different role in an ecosystem. I'm not Merlin, but I lean on Merlin and really honor and value the work that he is doing in protecting this unbelievable, pristine bit of land. And I want to support him in any way I can. Understanding our connection to this place gives us a sense of belonging. It's given me a sense of purpose, and I really want to share that. I can't help it. Everyone always says, like, when you talk about climate, you smile so much. That's because I can't help but share my passion for this thing, because it's not just that the planet benefits, I benefit too. I want to be doing this work for the rest of my life, and the people that I most admire, my heroes, the Jane Goodalls, the Sylvia Earles, the David Attenboroughs, they're in their 80s, they're in their 90s. They have this energy that I know comes from having passion and having a purpose, and I want that in my life.